Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to sit down and film another big sis advice video for you guys just because last week I was reminded of a story when I was seeing a certain boy, and oh, shocker. This particular boy, he would say things to me and he would make me do certain things that I should have seen as a huge red flag from the beginning. But you know, at the time when you're in a relationship, you're like, oh my god, I love this person. They're so cute. Yeah, don't do that, ladies and gents. Don't do that, because I learned now in the position that I'm in and in the relationship that I'm in that that person never cared about me. So I wanted to make a relationship advice video, a big sis advice video, if you will, about how you shouldn't change in a relationship, and if someone is asking you to change or nitpicking little things about you that aren't for the betterment of your character and yourself, then you need to get the heck out of there, okay? This particular individual that I was seeing at the time, thank God he's not a part of my life anymore. So I'm gonna go back a little bit. So I met this guy, let's call him Steve. Okay, let's call him Steve. I met Steve one night when I was out dancing with two of my friends, and I think it was like either the first or the second time that I've ever been out clubbing. If you know anything about me, in high school I was the biggest goody two-shoes. I didn't do anything that was too crazy. I stayed at home, watched Netflix, had sleepovers with my friends, played The Sims, because what else would you do? After I graduated high school, I kind of took the wild child route and I started partying and doing all this stuff, but this was at the very beginning when I met Steve. It was probably like midnight or 1 o'clock in the club, and me and my friends were dancing, and one of my friends turns around and she goes next to the guy that's like has their back to us, so like we're dancing here and then he's dancing like this, so this is Steve and that was me. And then my friend turns Steve towards us and we all start dancing, and so we kind of all start talking and getting to know each other, and I'm like, hey, I'm Nahir, what's your name? He's like, hey, I'm Steve. And I'm like, wow, Steve is a really cute individual. Like he's cute. He just had like this way about him, and he had a really nice smile, and he seemed really kind. And so the entire night we were just dancing with Steve, getting to know Steve, and then we've never done this before, but we took Steve home because we realized during the night that he lived super close to us, which was the weirdest coincidence. The club that we were at was like an hour away from our house. So it was just kind of crazy that Steve lived literally 15 minutes from my house. Maybe it was meant to be. Maybe Steve was brought into my life to teach me this lesson, now that I know. But I'm telling you guys all of this so that you won't make the same mistake that I did. Me and Steve's relationship occurred for like 2 to 3 weeks, which is really weird because I feel like it was longer, but it was not. It was 2 weeks, Nahir. 2 weeks. So I was seeing Steve, we were like Snapchatting and texting each other like literally every day. We would call each other every single day. And it was like really cute. We would FaceTime all the time, and I told him stuff that I like never really even told my past relationships before, and I was like, oh my god, Steve is so trustworthy. He's so sweet. He says he wants to change. Flag number 2. Steve told me all of these things that were the biggest red flags, and I just did not listen because he said he wanted to be different and he wanted to settle down. I started noticing little things, but I didn't think it was that weird at the moment. Now that I'm out of it, I'm like, what the heck? I remember one time we were like watching a Netflix show, and out of nowhere he would grab my feet. This is so weird. I can't believe I'm saying this to the internet, but he would grab my feet and he would check if they were clean. Yeah. And I remember sitting there and being like, bro, why are you looking at my feet? Is everything okay? And he said, I kid you not, he said, my mom told me that you know when a girl is clean when she has clean feet. This occurred maybe like 2 to 3 times, that he would randomly grab my feet and check to see if my feet were clean. And so it made me subconsciously, literally, always make sure that I had the cleanest feet. But it was just very weird how he would make you feel so self-conscious about little things like that. And that's how they get you, okay? It's like little things, and then it turns into like this big thing, and you become someone that you don't even know anymore. Steve was an interesting guy, let me just tell ya. And then he had a thing about him where he liked girls with long and painted nails. So he would ask me repeatedly, like, paint your nails, why don't you paint your nails? So I would start growing out my nails, and I think at the time my nails were short because I used to play a lot of guitar, and I would make sure I always had them painted. And keep this in mind, I have not painted my nails at this point for like months because I just stopped caring about that. You know, you go through phases, and I was at the phase where I was just like, I don't want to worry about my nails. I don't want to be that high maintenance, I guess you could say. Cleanly, I don't know. Whatever. My idiot self went out and bought like 7 nail polishes. I spent like $50 on nail polish, which great investment, by the way, because I freaking love it. I found vegan nail polish, and that was another reason why I didn't paint my nails, because I was going through this whole vegan stage and I didn't want to wear nail polish that wasn't cruelty free and wasn't vegan. And so I was actively trying to find nail polish while I was with Steve to meet his standards. Every single week, like, I would make sure that my nails were really nice and painted, and if they were chipped, like, I would repaint them like religiously. So it was just little things like that where, you know, he would like say a comment and then I would subconsciously think like, oh, am I not good enough for Steve? Like, Steve knows so much better, but Steve wants to change for me. I got myself out of that situation real quick because Steve was manipulative and literally just spilled out lies. And maybe that is another story time. Actually, if you like this video, leave a comment down below letting me know if you want to hear a Steve story time. I will tell you everything in detail about Mr. Steve. That was an interesting 2 weeks of my life, let me just tell you. Anyways, long story short, I realized when I was out of that relationship, if you will call it, because we were never together, but we were seeing each other, that I was just saying yes the whole time. And I would not say no to Steve. If Steve asked me to do something, I would say yes. Because in my head, it made him happy. I wanted him so badly, and I liked him so badly that I would have literally done anything just to get his attention or to get him next to me. You shouldn't have to change for somebody, and if you're in a relationship right now and they're asking you to do little things like what Steve did to me, don't do that. Literally stand up for yourself. Have confidence, because you are perfect in the way that you are and you don't have to change. Well, at the time when you're in a relationship, you're so naive and you want that person to be yours so badly. And like I said, you would do anything for them just so that they are by your side, because they make you so happy in the moment. When you get out of that relationship, you realize how toxic and manipulative they were towards you and towards other people around you. And you start realizing that your worth is so much greater than what these guys or girls are telling you that you are. Someone is forcing you to change, forcing you to put on makeup every day, or to change your hair, or to paint your nails repeatedly, or to have your feet clean repeatedly, even though you know you're freaking clean. That one's just weird beyond words, okay? Find a way out. Leave that relationship. Tell that person, whether that be a him or her, a they, I don't care, because you don't deserve to be in that kind of relationship where they are not accepting you for who you are. That's not what a relationship is. A relationship is a mutual loving connection between two people where there is a bond over each other's gratitude and admiration for the way that they are at the moment. You can have little things that annoy you about the other person. Granted, not every relationship is perfect, but you or your partner should not intentionally try to change the other person. If you are, or if they are in that relationship for the wrong reasons. And you would save both of each other's time and energy if you just cut that relationship entirely and moved on with your lives. And I've learned that in my past relationships that it's not good to be a part of something that you are not 100% appreciated and admired for. Well, I hope that whoever is watching this will take some little thing that I am sharing with you, maybe relate to my Steve story, and realize that you will eventually find someone who loves and adores you for exactly the person and human being that you are, and that you do not deserve to be around these people that are toxic and mean and just cruel to you. And what I'm telling you guys goes way beyond just a romantic relationship. This goes for friendships too. Do not be a part of a friendship or a friend group that actively tries to change you and that actively, you know, only wants to hang out with you if you meet this list of criteria. Just don't. That's not, I can't. At the 20 years that I am now, I have learned that it is a waste of time to be around people that do not make you happy. Literally, the moment that someone makes you sad about yourself internally and who you are as a human being, get the heck out of there, because life is way too damn short to be surrounded by people that do not make you feel loved, that do not make you feel appreciated, that do not make you laugh so hard that you want to cry, like you're gonna pee your pants. Okay, that is what life is about. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe down below because it is free and I would greatly appreciate it. And so you can listen to more of my big sis advice. Also, leave a comment down below if you have any other advice topics you want me to make, and if you want to hear a Steve story time, because that one is a trip. And I appreciate everything that you guys do for me, so thank you for letting me share my guts out to the internet. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye. My feet are clean, Steve, okay? Leave me alone.